Happy Sunday. Happy new month. Welcome everybody. Like, follow, share. If you are not following me, you need to be following me on my Facebook. Follow me on my Instagram. Follow me on my TikTok. Also follow me on my YouTube. Hi everyone. My name is Diana Otegile Jonathan, also known as the Body Shrink Coach. Happy new month and welcome once again. So today I want to focus more on from obesity to the runway. Why did I make a change? Why was it important for me to change? Guys, it was really important for me to change. I was at a point where my health challenges was a problem for me. I was having heart attacks. I didn't even know I was having heart attack. I would be at work and I'm like, and I slump into a chair. Somebody would catch me, and it was a problem for me, guys. I didn't know it at the time, but I remember my colleague would say, "This is not normal for you to always have this chest pain." I live in Newark, New Jersey. I went to all the doctors I can find here in Newark, New Jersey, and every time they did my blood work, they said, "You're okay, everything is fine. Your blood is good. Maybe just focus on your weight." To be honest, a few doctors told me you're overweight. Some would say you're obese, right? But nobody actually went in to do extensive tests to see what is actually wrong with her. But when I started feeling that I was always having this occasional chest pain, I knew that something was wrong. This is not normal. So one of my colleagues at the time said to me, "Listen, you need to try other options. Try other options." So I went to a different city and I, saw a different doctor. When the doctor came back to me after all the necessary blood work, that was when the doctor said to me, "Listen, you've been having mini heart attacks, high blood pressure, pre-diabetes, and a whole bunch of medical problems that I did not know were a problem at the time." So I said, "Wow." And the doctor said to me that if you wanted to live to see the next 6 months, you have to do something about it. I asked myself a question. Was this doctor saying that if I stayed the way I am right now, does that mean that I will not be alive in the next 6 months? Guys, that's stuck. I will not lie. It's stuck. And I said, "Okay, I've heard you." I went home. When I went home, I cried. I really cried. At the time, my daughter was about 7 years old. My son was about 4 years old at the time, or 3 years old at the time. And I said, if anything were to happen to me, what would happen to these kids? Who would I entrust these little kids to take care of them for me so they don't feel the loss of a mother? That's what I was planning that. That is stupid. That's where my mindset was going. How do you plan to be away from your children's life while you are still alive? Makes no sense, right? Guess what I did? That's what I did. But I cried for a few days, and after I stopped crying, I said, "You know what? I need to stop planning for when I'm not here. I need to plan to be here now. I need to stay alive for my kids. I need to be there for them." And that's when I decided to make the change. It was not an easy change. No, it's not. No change is easy. It was not an easy change. But guess what? I said, I'm going to get up. I changed my mindset. I said, let me get up and start. Start from somewhere. And guys, I got up. I stood at my ground to say I would live. My very, very first time, I walked for 5 minutes. let me tell you, that 5 minutes felt like 2 hours because I've been used to driving a car. Let me tell you something. When you drive yourself everywhere, oh my goodness, it makes you so lazy. So lazy. So, I walked for 5 minutes and I gave myself a nice pat on my back. Like, yes, I did it. I did it. The next day, I did another 5 minutes. And every couple of days, I increased how many minutes that I walked by. Remember, I started with 5 minutes, walking every day. And after that, I increased it. By the end of the month, I realized I had walked for about an hour every day. And the weight came down a little bit. I'm not perfect. You are not perfect. Nobody's perfect. Let's stop asking for perfection. I want you to be there for yourself. Show up for yourself. I think the most important part is showing up for yourself. You show up, you're consistent, day in, day out, you will win. So I started off and I realized after 1 month, I was walking for 1 hour every single day. And I was like happy with myself. Then I joined the gym, right? I started working out. I started kickboxing. I didn't start doing weights as such at first, but I was doing kickboxing. I was walking. I try to walk as much times as I can. And sometimes it got to a point where I would walk twice a day or work out twice a day because I was determined. Remember, I went from being 3 extra large. Now I wear a small medium. I lost about 120 pounds in 1 year. I did it. So you can do it too. I'm not here to brag. I'm not here to tell you, no, you can't do it. Yes, you can. This is June. A lot of you have reached out to me saying, how do I start my weight loss journey? The first step to starting your weight loss journey is your mindset. Tell yourself you can do it. Convince yourself positively that you got this. Only then that do you really got it. Like, follow, share. Thank you everyone for those of you who joined my live. Again, my name is Diana Otegile Jonathan, also known as the Body Shrink Coach. I help women lose weight and gain their confidence back. If you need me, I'm only DM away. Thank you very much and God bless you. Don't forget, like, follow, share, guys.